Hey guys, Rascal here, and today, well, crap, I gotta pull this camera back a little bit. Well, today there's a few new things on the bench, if you haven't noticed, but there's one thing I know y'all ain't seen on the bench that's new, and it's underneath this camera. I just got me a tripod today, so camera's gonna be stable. Now, yeah, y'all gonna see my hands. See, y'all see both my hands. I'm not holding the camera; it's on the tripod. Let's get into what we're talking about here. Starting off today, I want to give a huge shout out to my buddy Uncle Lee at Bulgar RC Videos for the welder and the oxygen acetylene tanks. Now, the oxygen acetylene tanks, so we're working on the project, so we're going to tell y'all this. I'm going to paint these blue. Safety blue, because the welding company here in Middle Georgia that most everybody I know of buys their welding supplies from, their tanks are safety blue. So we're going with that color for the tanks. And I've got to get building on that trailer. I got the stuff, and I was waiting on... I got everything but the axle. But I was waiting on something to come in before I started building. And that's this. The welder, or the pipe liner. But I was waiting on this so I could have the actual dimensions of it for building a trailer. So we'll get on the... If the rain ever clears out, I'll build me a trailer for this thing. If the rain don't clear out, well, I'll put some double-sided tape on it when I get through painting it. We're going to put it on another project that y'all will see coming in next week's video, so stick around for that one. Which I'll probably do that anyways, because I can peel double-sided sticky tape off. Alright. Next project of what's on the bench. Nor the bag of screws. Not new. Definitely not new. They need cleaning though. These here are the twin vertical plates from Georgia Mud Runner. Now, most of y'all say, oh, what's this for? Well, I'll show y'all in just a second. Let me get through the rest. I do plan on repurposing the front bumper that was originally on Shop Truck, and it's going on the same project that I'm putting them on. Now, yeah, I did have to wiggle my camera just then so y'all could see, because FOV sucks on this thing. Alright, last but not least, little old Bud 90. You're like, wait, that's not a Defender 90 body. It's not. It is some cheap on-road race car body that I found for, well, cheap. I found it for like 13 bucks. Bang good. So, for right now, this is a temporary body until I get where I can get a Defender 90 body. And personally, I don't mind, because it kind of halfway resembles the the early 2000s, like the 99 to 2003 F-150 and the 99 to 2002 Chevrolet Silverados. So, not really not a bad look to it. But we're going to get that when the body post and my reamer come in, we'll get that trimmed up and set on there and all that. But so y'all can see what I've been looking at yesterday while it was quite pretty and I was hanging around outside in the daylight. I got looking at taking and modifying this truck, or this chassis rather, to be slightly better. Here we go. Slightly better for crawling. Okay, that does not do any good with this light source on the camera. Okay, but I'm going to do this. Makes a nice handle too. Tripod does. So y'all can get in close and see this. Is to drill 4 holes for each frame rail and chassis plate. Out here on the ends, this camera will do right. Drill through those eye holes. Those existing, what they used to be the shock holes, shock mounts, drill through them into the frame rail on front and rear. And it'll be sitting a little lower because I want it in the middle of the frame rail. So it'll hold up better. Or I think it would hold up better. There we go. Getting the camera readjusted, guys. To where it'd be a more sturdy, you know, getting this where it'd be more sturdy mounted, so with the flex and all that, it wouldn't mess up. And taking the center skid and bringing down here to the lowest point, and then moving the upper suspension, the upper 4-link mounts to their place on the lower section of this, and then putting the longer suspension in it, set up in a droop mode, so it'll do what I want it to do. As far as for axles, I'm looking at, now again, this is a slow project truck, so you know, a slow build. I'm looking at taking and building 2 front Losi Nightcrawler axles and mount one in the front and one in the back. Like I said, I'm looking at, thinking about, I don't have the parts on order, so it's not gonna happen right now. It's what I'm thinking about, unless something else crosses my mind between now and then, and I'll do something different. But I'm thinking about, you know, doing the worm drive, so it really makes it a slow truck. And slow truck, you know, because I want to do it slow. And what I had a crazy idea on this is a Defender 90 cab forward with a cage back. It's something I thought about, so that would, you know, that's something I, like I said, thought about for a body for it. Be different, you know. But anyways, yes, it's sitting on Outlaw's tires and wheels because I was out trailing with Outlaw last, and the glue I'd put in a year and a half ago come loose, so, and a little bit I'm going to shoot some more glue in there and squeeze them back down tight and go from there. But just wanted to give y'all a bit of an update. Now, also, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to spin it around. Anybody paying attention is going to yell at me about there not being a screw there. Well, you know what? I know the screw's missing. Most likely it's either in the cab of my truck or it's in one of these bags around here I got tools and parts in. I'll find it. Don't worry about it, guys. I'll find it and put it back. But I did. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, so I'm going to try and zoom in here. Give me just a second. Oh, yeah. Alright. If y'all notice, I did get the C-hub, the steering knuckle replaced. Guys, I do apologize. This is a brand new tripod to me. I'm just playing with it right now. But instead of trying to put another small screw in there that'll break again and shear clean right there, if you notice, I went with a cotter pin. And the reason for that is not if, but when it shears, because just like that bolt, it's going to shear. The bottom will drop out, the top I can pull out, and I can push another one in and bend the bottoms out, just like I got there. And I can pick it up from the local hardware store for 10 cents. Yeah, that's a dime fix. I've done it. I did that intentionally, so that way I can fix it cheap and fast, without having to order parts and replace parts. But like I said, that's just to hold it there until we get the rest of the parts. Well, that's just a fix for now, just until I get this project where I want it, which it's a long ways from where I want it, but, you know, it is what it is, so, but, yeah, alright, as far as this project, oh, I promised to tell y'all about Shop Truck's old front bumper. I just thought about it too, actually, guys. It's one of those temporary things that's kind of cool, and I can do it quick, is filing out right in here and right in there, both sides, the inside of the mounts, so it'll fit. Taking old Bud 90 here, which is fixing to be 90s model Chevrolet or Ford or whatever, and mounting it to that. And yeah, slide it all the way back so it looks good. And then mount the body on there, yeah. I think that'll work. Like I said, this is something that kind of just crossed my mind like right before I started recording, so yeah. A lot of sanding out, but I think it'd work. I believe that it'd work. Alright guys, so after that bit of craziness, that bit of crazy thought, that might be something I work on too this weekend. I don't know. I mean, part of what I'm thinking about with that, lowering it down and all, I really can't do with the suspension that's on it, but I've got enough laying around here somewhere I can halfway adjust it, but I don't know. I tell y'all what, I do know. My workbench is filling up again. Now, I haven't had a chance to test them, but I got a new set of tires as well. So, these tires are, now the wheels were the ones that I originally had on Georgia Mud Runner, which was a Red Cat Everest 10. But the tires are some I bought a while back. Actually, I bought them when I bought the steering knuckles for Bud 90 a few weeks ago, actually, about a month ago. So, I mean, they still feel oily, you know, like, well, whenever you buy new RC tires, they're always oily feeling, but other than that oily bit, they do feel pretty grippy, so. I mean, of course, every tire feels kind of grippy right there at the sidewalls, but, I mean, even, well, right on the tread, it feels kind of slippery. It don't, when it gives in, the tread blocks come in together, so it may need some scuffing done to it, but, we'll give them a good test. I mean, other than that, they feel pretty good, so. Anyways, guys, peace. Catch y'all in the next one. As always, Magnatfied forum link down below. Y'all come by, check it out. And we'll see y'all later.